and then they all died. Come on, that was scary.
That story was pretty weak.
Boring.
So why are we in the Enchanted Forest anyway?
Oh, I've told you for 1,000 times. We came to the Enchanted Forest to tell scary stories. Come on, keep up, Banana Car.
Alright, that's enough. Now, does anyone have any scary stories? Anything better than Ponchi's? You guys are mean. Don't worry, Ponchi. I'm sure you'll come up with better stories throughout the month. Anyway, does anyone else have a story? My son Steve would come up with some good stories if he was here, but he's busy right now. And my two nephews and my sons are decorating for Halloween for this year.
Well, dadgum, does anybody even have any stories at all?
Bobby told me and McQueen he has something.
Well, don't keep us waiting, Bobby. Tell us the story. Well, I did say that I do have a story, but, this one's a real story.
What do you mean real, bro?
Yeah, what's it about? Well, I already told McQueen and Sally about it, so they won't be surprised at all, but you all will be. It's, called the Human.
Bobby, what the heck is a human?
It's a very difficult thing to describe. I mean, from what I was told, it has, hands, legs, a torso, if I'm pronouncing that right, and, stuff like that. I don't know what those things are, but, that's just what I've heard it looks like. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's hear the story. Well, okay then, your funeral. There once, a long time ago, was a young woman driving out on the street on a clear night just like this. She was driving home after a hard day of work, which made her feel stressful. You see, her boss wasn't exactly the nicest car. Her and the other employees were underpaid, and he was a very greedy car. Today, she had a very stressful day, and she wanted to get home as soon as possible. But on her way home, she came across something strange looking. It looked to be an abandoned warehouse. The chain was snapped open, so which means the doors were unlocked. She had been down this road many times before, and she never recalled seeing this building here. So, without thinking, she went inside. When she went inside, she saw 4 lit candles just randomly laying down on the floor, strangely, perfectly aligned. But what she saw inside was horrifying beyond belief. She saw heaps and piles everywhere of scrap. Cars that have formerly been inside this building dismantled. But not only was there scrap, but she could also hear strange sounds that sounded like what they call footsteps. They grew louder and louder and louder until she saw it. It was the Human himself, and in his hands held a cutting torch. The woman screamed and screamed. She turned around and tried to escape, but only to find that something strange had happened. The doors had magically locked. There was no way in or out. And suddenly, the torches that were on the floor had grabbed her tires because they turned out to be tire shackles. The Human lit his torch and started walking over to the car. She had nowhere to run, and it was too late. And in no time, he started cutting her up into tiny little pieces one by one, starting with removing her engine and cutting out her eyes. And after a long process of cutting her up, he threw her into the scrap piles. And that car was never seen again for the rest of her life. Oh my god.
Well, you need to work on your ghost stories, Bobby!
Whoa, man. Did that really happen?
Of course not. There's no such thing as humans.
Well, you could believe what you want to believe. But it's still possible that it could have happened.